Welcome back, everyone, to the library. And today we have a bit of a mystery unveiling video. Some maybe lesser known ultra rares, and we do include some very popular ultra rares towards the end, but some of these are not very well known, unfortunately, like Silent Swordsman level 3, whom I love and adore, but he hasn't seen much play, if at all, in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! He wasn't useful in the metagame, and he was not powerful enough to be included in tournaments. Now, Silent Swordsman level 3 was printed in Rise of Destiny way back in the day, and this is first edition, and the English print, as you can see from the EN 009. Silent Swordsman level 3 can be used to summon a level 5 from the deck, but the summoning condition is not very good to be used consistently, unlike Horus and Armed Dragon, which did see some play in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! But that doesn't stop Silent Swordsman from being absolutely fabulous. He has his short little sword, which is bigger than he is, which ironically shows how chibi he is, how small and cute. And the foiling behind him from the background just accentuates him in the forefront. And you can see when the light hits just right, it really shows how much work they put in rarity back then, as opposed to today, where cards look like plastic, sadly. That's enough about Silent Swordsman, level 3. Let's see what we have next. Alright, we have Violet Witch from Crimson Crisis. If I remember correctly, this is a card from the anime. Akiza, the girl with the Black Rose Dragon, uses this. And I don't really know if this saw any competitive play. It is a planned support card. It's a dark spellcaster, and we love spellcasters. This is why she is here. I also love the design very much. The explosion in the background and the torn leaves, as well as the witch herself in the forefront with her magician staff. And the cloak of leaves, because she is a nature-oriented mage. Just very pretty. The purple and the green aesthetics. I really love this. Now next up, we have another spellcaster, the Crystal Seer from Tactical Evolution. It hurts me to remove these from the sleeves, but I am being very careful, mind you. He is in great condition. He or she, I am not sure. Looking by the eyes, I think it's a girl. She has a very soft gaze, as you can see, but she's also very serious at the same time, doing some divination in the crystal balls. She's a water spellcaster, as water is, you can say, connected to divination. And once again, the foiling is just majestic. When the light hits it, it shows the beauty of vintage cards in the flesh. It also reveals some damage on the edges, which I didn't see until now. But if you look at her like this, at face value, she is in minty condition. Yeah, a little food for thought. If you want to check the condition of a card, just use very good lighting and angle it properly so that you can see if there is any damage. What do we have next? We have a Black Swordsman, the Six Samurai Iro. The original Six Samurai, they were not very popular in a sense of metagame and tournaments, but I'm sure they were a fan favorite, being samurai, and people just, I'm sure there's a lot of people who appreciate samurai and swords and such stuff, as do I. So a Dark Warrior from Royal Omega Pack. I don't remember, but I think all the Six Samurai were either common or rares in their original print. and Yellow Mega Pack brought some of them to Ultra Rare as a rarity bump. He looks really good as well. Shrouded in darkness, wearing a black kimono with some armor and a black sword. Really good. If I remember correctly, next up we have a pair of monsters. Now these are very well known. These are Lightsorn, Lumina, and Jane, and their first rarity bump in Yellow Mega Pack. Now Jane and Lumina were printed originally in Light of Destruction as a rare and a common, respectively, and they did not have any rarity bumps until Yellow Mega Pack came out. So these were very coveted, but not very expensive, and they still aren't very expensive. A little spoiler alert, but I am trying to gather a lot of Lightsorns from the original print in Light of Destruction and their first rarity upgrades. So we'll be looking forward to that here on the channel at some point. Well, two beautiful, beautiful light cards. Aside from collecting spellcasters and dark magic, I am also fascinated by the idea of paladin, so these light warriors with faith as their weapon. And finally we have a good old nostalgia bump, Junk Warrior from 5DS starter deck. Many kids were introduced to the Synchro arc through this, the Junk Warrior. The very first and Yusei's primary card from the anime. Like, we all know that Stardust Dragon is his signer dragon, but his ace card and his favorite monster is Junk Warrior. And it used to be my brother's as well, though I think he still thinks very fondly of this card. The colors in the background being green and light blue, I think represent speed, which Junk Warrior is all about. And so you have this nitro effect going on, which is really cool. And as we can see, the warrior himself is not foil completely, just some parts of the armor, the gold and the eyes, the goggles, are foil. Just beautiful, and a piece of history, honestly. Every kid's nostalgia should perk up when they see a Junk Warrior. And about that little surprise that I mentioned in the title, I do have to reveal that I also dabble in Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering is my second game, as Yu-Gi-Oh! Is my first and always will be. So I decided to show off some stuff that I collect in Magic the Gathering as well, which is, surprise, surprise, dark magic. My primary color is green, and my primary color combination is Golgari, which is green and black. Some of these foils that I will show you here, and many others that I have, are just very beautiful black spells. As you can see, Infernal Grasp here has these demonic arms, grasping the face of a helpless victim. Magic the Gathering is a dark fantasy as well, as the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Was intended to be, so a lot of these brutal life siphoning and death cards are in my collection. Next up, no surprise, we have Languish, a unfortunate victim. Crocodile is having his life force drained away. You can see the purple miasma and that dark magic seeping from him. Languish is also a very cool mass removal card, killing all the puny creatures at once. And finally, we have Liliana's Triumph, one of the most beautiful cards that I have. Now, these are not very expensive, but they are gorgeous to look at. Purple necromantic energy going on around her. Liliana is one of the first and the oldest planeswalkers in the history of Magic. We might have more lore drops as I reveal more cards, but for now, let's just appreciate the tiny details. As you can see on her face, the tattoos are in foil, and her eyes are in foil, but her skin is not. And this contrast is wonderfully done. Wonderfully done. And I just love looking at these. This is why I collect them and share them with you so that you can see them as well and enjoy. This is it for today, both Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad in advance if you did enjoy it. And do leave some comments and tell me what you like and what you don't like, and anything I can do to improve. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one.